Well, okay, that's Ephesians 5, and the Holy Father did a lot on that in the theology of the body. And what he emphasized is the very first part of that section, where he said, submit to one another out of love for Christ. And in the Greek, the verb submit is not repeated. It just says wives to husbands as the church to Christ. So there is a mutual submission of husband and wife. And that has to be understood, that that's the primary message of that first part. Now, then he goes into, yes, the wife to the husband as the church to Christ, but that's a package deal. You know, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. In fact, I think Pius the 11th talked about that in Casti Connubii, in the fact that, you know, these things go together. This is not just where the husband can kind of, you know, walk around and, as a macho type of guy and just tell the wife what to do, but that that it is healthy psychologically, and I think there's probably studies that can support that. It is healthy psychologically for a woman after they've gone back and forth and tried to submit to each other to say, well, okay, you know, that's not the way I think it's best, but we'll go with it, and that should happen maybe 10 or 15% of the time, and go from there. And some husbands, when the wife gives them that room, have discovered that that the wives have some pretty good ideas, and so they better be a little bit more attentive to what the wife has to say. But there's a great book on this subject, which is a secular book, has nothing to do with Ephesians 5, called The Surrendered Wife. And this is by a woman who was a feminist. And she said, you know, I tried to control my husband. I didn't let him, you know, take initiative or be a leader in any way. And it didn't work. It wasn't working. She said, when I gave him some room to exercise more leadership, I found more intimacy. And that was pretty much a bestseller in this age with that title. Pretty amazing. The Surrendered Wife. I think that the author was Laura Doyle. So she made some excellent points. And of course, intimacy is a key word in terms of fulfillment as persons.